everybody? It's Chef BoyHardee's here again for another episode of PumpMarTV. This is another installment to Chef BoyHardee's Guide to Size. Today we're going to be talking about supplements. Now it's very easy to get confused, so I'm going to break it down for you guys for the must-haves and the optionals. Plain and simple, if you're going to be working out, if you're going to be trying to build muscle, you're going to need protein. Whether you eat it or if you get it from a supplement, that's whey protein, your protein shakes. Now what I like to do is I get a variety of flavors, that way I can mix and match, that way I'm not getting sick of it, I'm not getting tired of it. I go for really plain flavors so I can add fruits or anything else to it, kind of make it taste a little bit better. And I keep this one actually in the car just in case I don't have time to pack a lunch, or if I just need a snack or I feel like I haven't been getting enough protein. I got this one, it tastes pretty good, the s'mores flavor. Now there's lots of options when it comes to whey protein. You can get different types. Check out our other video on how to select the right protein for you. But for this video, we're gonna keep it plain and simple. Just be sure to look at the ingredients list. If there's a bunch of things, a bunch of ingredients that you don't know or what they are or what they do, you might wanna do some research before you start putting this in your body. Okay, so now that's a given. You gotta have some protein powder. The next one I highly recommend is Creatine Monohydrate or any creatine product. Personally, I prefer Creatine Monohydrate just because it's the purest. It's actually one of the cheapest. This is actually very cheap. This has lasted me over 3 months. I'm about to run out, but it was definitely worth it. And last is a omega 369 supplement, only because I don't eat a lot of fish. Remember, supplements are only to supplement your diet. If there's something missing from your diet, that's when you would turn to a supplement or a product. You don't want to be dependent on powders and whatnot, especially if you're on a budget. Many of you are students, every penny counts. So in that case, you want to keep it as simple and basic as possible. You can make lots of gains in the gym just focusing on these 3 here, and then you won't have any issues. Okay, next we get into the more optionals, and these are things that you're going to want to consider if you have room for it in your budget and if you feel like you must have them in your supplement stack. It's always good to have a decent pre-workout on hand just for those days when you may not want to work out, you don't have the motivation, or you're just really tired from either school or work. A pre-workout can definitely help you with that. Now there's many different brands, lots of flavors to choose from. So I highly recommend the same. What I do with protein powders, I also do with pre-workouts. I try different brands. I see how they work for me. I see how my body feels with it. A lot of people get sick off of certain products. So if you don't feel good taking it, it's probably not good for you and you don't want to take it anymore. There's lots of ingredients in pre-workouts that you want to look for. Beta-alanine, if you don't know what that is, definitely research it. Caffeine, if you react to stimulants, then that's something you may want to consider. You can find stimulant-free pre-workouts, you can find low caffeine workouts, and if you're like Harry Primetime, you're crazy for the stimulants, you may want one that has higher caffeine or more stimulants in it. Next we have amino acids or BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. I'm not going to spoon feed you guys. Do your research and find out why BCAAs are important and which ingredients you want to see in your BCAAs. Personally, I love them because they make the water taste good and it makes me drink more water with a little scoop of this, but it's not necessary. You can get BCAAs from another supplement. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but I bet you can figure it out very quickly. So there's 3 ingredients that you want to look for in BCAAs and a certain ratio you may want to look for in BCAAs. Finally, we got the multivitamin. This is actually very important when you start cutting and you may not be eating as much food as you were before. You may feel a little more tired. You may not be getting as many micronutrients as you were before. That's when a multivitamin can help fill any gaps or holes in your diet. Now guys, again, this is all good and well if you can afford it. There's no need to be spending hundreds of dollars on supplements that you may or may not need. Now what I highly recommend is if you are just starting out in the gym, just get a protein. That's it. I know a lot of you guys, I was like you too, where you buy this massive stack. You tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to the gym every single day for the next 3 months. I'm going to buy all these supplements, fat burners, weight gainers, testosterone boosters, all this stuff that's marketed to get your attention, all these fancy names and gizmos, and they promise you all these crazy results. I'm telling you guys, it's a marketing tactic, it's a business. Don't be fooled, okay? Stick to the basics and start off with just a protein powder, start working out, and then slowly start experimenting with supplements and see how your body reacts to it. Pre-workout is good if you have very long days and you still need to take the pre-workout. But a great way to combat that is to go to the gym first thing in the morning when you've rested. That will ensure that you have lots of energy if your schedule can manage it. Hey, so thanks for tuning in to another episode of PumpMarTV. I'm, of course, Chef Boyardee. And remember, guys, eat big, sleep big, and mod that pump.